Hey there! Welcome to Lazy Introvert Growth. In a world that constantly celebrates being loud, social, and always on, being an introverted woman can feel like swimming against the current, right? Do you find yourself completely drained after back to back meetings? Get that familiar knot in your stomach when someone mentions networking? Or wonder why your thoughtful ideas don't receive the same recognition as those from colleagues who speak up quickly and loudly? Today, we're exploring how to transform your introversion into your secret weapon for success, both in your career and personal life. Not by trying to become someone you're not, but by leveraging those unique introverted strengths that actually give you an edge. Think of it as finding cheat codes for the game of life. Let's turn that quiet nature into your superpower. Before diving into specific strategies, let's celebrate the incredible strengths that introverted women typically bring to the table. First, your deep listening and observation skills. While others are busy talking, you're picking up on subtle cues, body language, and details that most people miss. You're essentially a human insights machine. Ever noticed how you can read a room in seconds while others seem oblivious to the tension in the air? Then there's your thoughtful analysis. You process information deeply before speaking. In a world of hot takes and snap judgments, your carefully considered perspective provides tremendous value. Your brain is like a gourmet kitchen. Things might take a little longer to prepare, but the results are worth waiting for. Your focused concentration is remarkable too. When you're in your zone, you can dive deep into tasks without distraction. That report that would take others all day, you knock it out in 2 focused hours when you're in your flow state. You also build authentic connections. You might not have 500 plus LinkedIn connections you barely know, but the relationships you do build tend to be meaningful, loyal, and long-lasting. Quality over quantity, always. And let's not forget your attention to detail. Your thoroughness and precision often result in higher quality work with fewer errors. You're the person who catches the mistake everyone else missed. These aren't weaknesses to overcome. They're powerful assets that today's workplace desperately needs. The trick is knowing how to leverage them effectively. Let's tackle those common challenges introverted women face in the workplace, starting with the big one: meetings and group discussions. We've all been there, sitting in a meeting where a few voices dominate while you're still processing your thoughts. By the time you're ready to contribute, the conversation has moved on to 3 different topics, and you're left thinking, well, I guess I'll just email my thoughts later. Here's how to handle this. First, preparation is your best friend. Before the meeting, jot down 2 to 3 key points you want to make. Research shows you're 80% more likely to speak up when you've prepared in advance. It's like having a mental cheat sheet when the spotlight turns to you. Try using the acknowledge and build technique. Start by referencing someone else's point. I appreciate what Mark said about the client feedback, and I'd like to add that our data shows. This creates a natural entry point into the conversation without feeling like you're interrupting. Don't forget to leverage digital channels. Use the chat function during virtual meetings or follow up with thoughtful emails that say, after reflecting on our discussion, I had these additional thoughts. Sometimes your best contributions come after you've had time to process, and that's perfectly valid. Whenever possible, request the agenda ahead of time. Then email the meeting organizer with a specific point you'd like to address. They'll often call on you directly, giving you a designated opening to share your insights. Finally, find your meeting allies. Connect with colleagues who can help amplify your ideas. As Sarah was mentioning earlier, or I'd like to circle back to the point Emma made. Having allies in the room can make all the difference. Now let's talk about networking without the dread. Here's the good news. Networking doesn't have to mean working a room of 200 strangers with a plastered-on smile and collecting business cards like Pokemon. Instead, focus on quality over quantity. Rather than large events, prioritize meaningful one-on-one coffee meetings or small group gatherings where deeper conversations can happen. One solid connection beats 10 superficial ones any day of the week. Come armed with questions. Prepare open-ended questions like, what's been your most interesting project lately? Or what changes are you seeing in your industry? People love talking about themselves, and your natural listening skills shine here. You'll be remembered as a great conversationalist, even if you did more listening than talking. Try positioning yourself as a resource rather than feeling pressured to sell yourself. Think about how you can help others. I recently read an article about that issue. Would you like me to send it to you? Being helpful creates natural connections without feeling forced. Building your online presence is another introvert-friendly approach. LinkedIn posts, thoughtful comments in professional groups, or industry articles let you share your expertise without the small talk. Think of it as networking in your pajamas. And always set realistic mini goals. I'll have 2 meaningful conversations tonight is much better than I need to meet everyone here. Remember, networking is a marathon, not a sprint, especially for introverts. In noisy workplaces, quieter contributions can sometimes go unnoticed, even when they're incredibly valuable. Let's talk about getting the recognition you deserve without having to become someone you're not. Start by documenting your wins. Keep a success file with positive feedback, project results, and tangible contributions. Think of it as building your personal highlight reel. This becomes invaluable during performance reviews when you need concrete examples of your impact. Remember that project that came in under budget? Here's exactly how I made that happen. Find comfortable ways to share achievements. Consider regular email updates to your boss, like project highlights this week included, or use one-on-ones to discuss your impact. It's not bragging. It's making sure your contributions are visible. Think of it as helping your manager do their job of evaluating your performance. Developing a niche expertise can be particularly effective. Become the go-to person for something specific in your organization. Let's ask Sarah. She's our Excel wizard. Or Jamie always knows the regulatory requirements. This creates natural recognition without self-promotion. Also, work to cultivate sponsors, not just mentors. Find someone in your organization who will advocate for you in rooms where decisions are made about promotions and opportunities. Often, these relationships develop naturally when someone recognizes the quality of your work. Remember, getting recognition isn't about changing your personality. It's about finding strategic ways to ensure your contributions are visible. You've done the work. Now make sure it gets seen. Let's explore specific career strategies that allow you to advance without pretending to be an extrovert. These are your cheat codes for career success. First, focus on building your quiet influence. Develop deep expertise that makes people seek out your opinion. Share knowledge through writing, articles, well-crafted emails, or internal knowledge bases. Written communication is often an introvert's secret weapon. Let your work quality set you apart. Excellence speaks volumes. And contribute to high-visibility projects, where your results create natural recognition. Finding your ideal work environment is crucial. Research company culture before applying. Look for phrases like thoughtful, collaborative, or values diverse thinking styles. During interviews, ask questions like, how are decisions typically made here? Or what communication styles work best in this team? Consider roles with independent work components or flexible remote options. And carefully evaluate potential managers. Do they interrupt others? Do they recognize different types of contributions? The right environment can make all the difference. Communication on your terms is another key strategy. Master the art of concise, impactful communication. Practice the one brilliant point approach in meetings. Use written communication strategically. A thoughtful email often has more impact than speaking up in a chaotic meeting. Practice presentations in smaller settings before larger ones. And consider skills building in a supportive environment like Toastmasters or specific courses for introverted professionals. Finally, treat energy management as a competitive advantage. Block your calendar for deep work during your most productive hours. Create meeting-free days when possible. Learn the art of the soft no. I can't take that on this week, but I could help with a specific part, or I can start on that next month. And design your workspace for focus, noise-canceling headphones, a do not disturb signal, or strategic seating away from high-traffic areas. For introverted women, self-care isn't just a nice-to-have, it's essential for sustainable success and happiness. Think of it this way. You wouldn't expect your phone to work without charging it, right? Same goes for you. Start by establishing clear boundaries. Block recovery time after social events. No, you don't need to go to happy hour after an all-day client meeting. Your calendar should reflect your needs as an introvert. Make it a habit to schedule introvert time. Put it in your calendar as a non-negotiable appointment with yourself. "Sorry, I already have plans that evening" is a complete sentence, even if those plans are with your book and cozy socks. No explanation needed. Create a recharge ritual that helps you reset: a morning walk, evening journaling, or a lunch break reading session. Having a consistent practice makes it easier to prioritize this essential recovery time. For me, it's 20 minutes of reading with my morning coffee before anyone else is awake. What could your ritual be? Design a personal sanctuary somewhere in your home: a reading nook, a desk by a window, or even just a comfy chair with good headphones. This dedicated space becomes your retreat when you need to recharge. And practice saying no without guilt. Remember that protecting your energy isn't selfish. It's what enables you to bring your best self to everything you do. Think of your energy like a phone battery. Extroverts recharge by plugging into people. You recharge by unplugging from them. Both are equally valid, just different power sources. Understanding and honoring this difference is key to thriving as an introvert. Many incredibly successful women are introverts who leverage their quiet strengths rather than fighting against them. Let their stories inspire you. Take Susan Cain, author of Quiet, who reminds us that there's zero correlation between being the best talker and having the best ideas. Her book started a revolution in how we think about introversion. Or Rosa Parks, whose quiet determination changed history. As she once said, "You don't have to make noise to be heard." Her silence spoke volumes and transformed a nation. J.K. Rowling created an entire wizarding world during quiet train rides. She's noted that, "I think you can have a quite powerful presence without being domineering or loud." Her imagination, nurtured in solitude, captivated millions. Emma Watson has shared, "I'm an introvert, definitely. I've always been quite shy, and I love observing people. I think if you're always in a noisy environment, it's really hard to hear your own voice." Despite her fame, she's remained true to her introverted nature. And Angela Merkel, former Chancellor of Germany, is known for her measured, thoughtful approach. She once stated simply, "I am not trying to be anyone other than who I am." Her quiet leadership style earned her the nickname the world's most powerful woman. These women didn't succeed despite being introverts. They succeeded partly because of their introverted qualities. They leveraged their natural strengths instead of trying to become someone else. Here's the truth: the workplace and the world need all types of personalities and approaches. Your thoughtful analysis, deep listening, and careful observations bring immense value that can't be replicated by more outspoken styles. The key isn't to change who you are, but to strategically leverage your natural strengths while developing specific skills to navigate an extrovert-favoring world. It's about working smarter, not louder. I hope this video has given you some practical tools and a confidence boost to thrive as exactly who you are. Remember, quiet power doesn't mean less power. Sometimes the most impactful forces are the ones that work beneath the surface. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content on thriving as an introvert, and share this with other introverted women who might need to hear this message. What's your favorite introverted superpower? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, check out our other resources for introverts in the workplace. Remember to subscribe for new videos every week on how to thrive as an introvert in both your career and personal life. This is Anna from Lazy Introvert Growth, and I'll see you in the next video.